Good morning. My name is Allison Bull, and I'm a member of this Unitarian Universalist Society. I use she, her pronouns. Our guest speaker and musician today is Claudia Schmidt. She will be sharing her music and reflections on love during today's service. Claudia has spent over 50 years exploring the uncharted path of music and spoken word that has become her life's work and celebration, and we are so grateful to have her with us here this morning. To get our service started, I invite you to say the chalice lighting words with me. They're in your order of service or on the screen. We light this flame to invite a world of peace, where we heal the wounds, where we share what we have with one another, where justice is another word for relationship, for what love has to say. And now I invite you to rise in body or spirit or in any way that feels comfortable to you this morning to sing our first hymn, number 389, Gathered Here.
Good to be here. And I chose for a song today, for all ages, a song by Malvina Reynolds. Some of you might remember her. She's famous for the song Little Boxes, most famous. But she wrote this song about generosity. And I'm thinking about the words, how important it is to distinguish between the words give and spend. And the best way to distinguish them is their past tense, because spend is spent, and give is given. And there's a big difference there. And she talks about that in this song. So you can join me in the chorus. Love is something if you give it away, give it away, give it away. Love is something if you give it away, you keep on having more. It's just like a magic penny. You hold it tight and you won't have any. Lend it, spend it, you'll have so many. They're rolling all over the floor. Well, love is something if you give it away. I'll give it away, give it away. Oh, love is something if you give it away. You keep on having more. Well, money's dandy and we like to use it, but love is better if you don't lose it. It's a treasure and you never lose it unless you lock up the door. Well, love is something if you give it away. I'll give it away, yeah, give it away. Love is something if you give it away. Well, you keep on having more. So let's go dance until the break of day. And if there's a piper, we can pay. But love is something if you give it away. Well, you keep on having more. Come on, love is something if you give it away. I'll give it away. give it away. Yes, love is something if you give it away. You keep on having more. One more time. Well, love is something if you give it away. Away, away. Yes, love is something if you give it away. You keep on having more. You keep on having more. You keep on having more. All right.
Most of our children this morning have gone to the park. They're at Kendrick Park today, but if any of the junior youth group is upstairs, then they're welcome to head down. I think they're mostly already gone. So we're going to sing our next hymn, which is Love Makes a Bridge. We're going to sing verses 1, 2, 3, and 5. That's number 325 in your hymnal, and you're welcome to stand to sing or stay seated.
Love makes a bridge from heart to heart and hand to hand. Love finds a way when laws are blind and freedom banned. Love breaks the walls of language, gender, class, and age. Love gives us wings to slip the bars of every cage. Love lifts the hopes that force and fear have beaten down. Love breaks the chains and gives us strength to stand our ground. Love makes a bridge that winds may shake yet not destroy. Love carries faith through life and death to endless joy.
Love is the strongest thing that I have ever seen. Oh, yeah. Love is the strongest thing I have ever seen. Well, it can tear your whole world apart with a mighty sweep and then build it up again while the children sleep. And love is the strongest thing I have ever seen. Ooh, oh, yeah. Love, it cannot ever be erased. You can try, but it just won't fly. It can be added to or taken from, but it cannot be replaced. Well, you can't turn back in your searching steps. That's like trying to decide where you're gonna bite the apple next. Oh, in love, love, it cannot ever be erased. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And love is our only hope for moving on. Yeah, and we got to be moving on. You throw your faith out the window and honey, your heart will be gone. Oh, join in with me with some spiritual type finger snapping, hand clapping. Where you can scuffle for money, spend all your dreams, but the loneliness you're left with is just as bad as it seems. And love is our only hope for moving on. Keep it up, 'cause I got to sing it one more time, and that's love is the strongest thing that I have ever seen. Well, it's the strangest, the wildest, I do believe it's the craziest thing I've ever seen, and I have seen a few things now. Yes, well, it can tear your whole world apart with a mighty sweep and then build it up again while the children sleep. And love is the strongest thing. Yes, love, love, love is the strangest thing. Well, love is the strongest thing that I have ever seen. Whoa, whoa, yeah.
Well, I want to start to talk about love. Although I like singing about it even better, but well, I want to talk about time. You can't talk about love without talking about time. My bank teller was freaking out that her computer was a little slow. I thought about what we've all come to expect and remembered an article from, remember Omni magazine? It was about 25 years ago. It was a warning about becoming ruled by this new speed, the internet, manifesting to this author's view as a systemic loss of patience. How it was already creeping into the author's personal relationships. And also, surely, just your own inner process, if you happen to be wired to take more time with things. Whoa, sorry, there's no place for that in this new gestalt. Just last week, I saw an article describing the brain as hopelessly slow compared to the cybersphere, as if just using your noodle makes you a loser. Friends, love takes time. Maybe not the moment of ignition, but its sweet unfolding. I love these words from Aristotle. He said, "Making friends is quick work, but friendship is a slow ripening fruit." Well, in fact, lots of people have said lots of things about love, and I'm not going to go all Hallmark on you here, but I have collected some wonderful quotes. For instance, here's one from H.L. Mencken, who would not be caught dead on a Hallmark card, better known as a cynic. He said, "Love is the triumph of imagination over intelligence." Now, he said this with great cynicism, but I think it's beautifully true because it's imagination that opens it all up, and it's love that takes us there. Teilhard de Chardin was a Jesuit priest who fell in love with science. His spin was, God created the universe, God is love. So, everything is love. All levels of life are governed by principles of attraction and union. That's the science part. So for him, taking it a little further into his spiritual way of living, love is a cosmic force before it's a human one. Stars are love, he said. Energy, cells, plants, all love energy. Think of how often scientists find their way to mysticism, coming the opposite direction from Teilhard, but arriving at that same shared sense of wonder at the unfolding. Max Planck, who was the father of modern physics, had this wonderful quote that when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. So I'm going to play a song that was written in just such a moment. I was leading a songwriting workshop a few years ago, and we had an hour. It was 5 women and myself, and we were in this drab room in a college with fluorescent lighting. I describe it as the understated futility of institutional earth tones, and there we were, waiting to get inspired and write a song, and nothing was happening at all. I think we had about 20 minutes left. Finally, one of the women went over and opened just the shade. The shades were all drawn. And right across from us, the windows were closed, so we couldn't hear them, but there was like a drumming and dancing group. So suddenly, we're all sitting there in our drab little room, looking over at this fundamental, this primal enjoyment of drumming and dancing, and we just we caught on fire. And in 20 minutes, we got the bones of this song that I got to finish later, which would have never happened if we hadn't been able to change the way we look at things.
No, no, da, 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 da. This little room is full of yearning hearts. Open the door. that keeps us far apart. Let in the light to guide us on our way into this day, into this day. Now you'll notice that between some, not all of the lines, there's a little space. I'm going to sing that verse again and the ones after it, and I want you to fill in that space with the line I just sang before it. This little room, yeah, is full of yearning hearts. Open the door that keeps us far apart. Let in the light to guide us on our way into this day, to this day, into this day, into this day, into this day. A morning dove is calling out to me. She cries that love is all we're meant to be. Shake off the fear that keeps us locked away from this sweet day, from this sweet day, from this sweet day, from this sweet day. Ooh, this little room can't hold us anymore, so full of hope. What are we waiting for? Come take my hand. We'll sing and make our way into this day, this sweet, sweet day, into this day, this sweet, sweet day. Oh, this little room, this little room, this little room can't hold us anymore. When I was younger, in catechism class, I recall love being doled out in 3 meager portions. You got your filial, you got your erotic, you got your agape. All neat and tidy. Duty, longing, sacrifice. No flow. But things get murky, don't they? So many have been hurt by or shut down in the, say, filial phase by those they loved who could not honor or cherish their vulnerability. It's a hard journey back. Buddha said, you yourself, as much as anybody in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection. You have been invited to a garden party. You have accepted the invitation to behold the delicately wrought gloriousness, shyly, warily, but more than that, with love. Unconditional love of every heartbeat. 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 Once turned in rage against self. So beaten by your own heart. At last, cast out in pain and betrayal. People came around, tried to call on you, but no one could or should, nor could they even touch what you began in your own heart without you there to call out the names, the colors of your desires still growing bounteously in spite of banishment.
So some lingered, some left, until one day, like spring thaw into a dry stream bed, came the swift murmur that there has always been room for you here, always a need and a promise, so that the wildest seedlings bloomed and perfumed hope into nostrils of despair and try to make you beautiful. This sweetness is all for you, wafting through the garden's gate, thrown open like a mouth in fragrant song, hallelujah of the heart. You hear it beating. It is a beating like wings, born of power from a pure center. You have been invited to a garden party of your own sweet heart, delivered and accepted in one motion toward that center. Light the sage, the leaves of rose and winter green. Light the candles in the middle of the afternoon. Walk inside. Reach out into the lush tangle of self-longing. You have come home. Well, here are a few quotes that I have found particularly nourishing. Bonaventure said, "You truly exist where you love, not where you live, for love alone is our true home." Zora Neale Hurston said, "Love makes your soul crawl out from its hiding place." James Baldwin said, "Love takes off the masks we fear we cannot live without, and know we can't live within." Thoreau said, "There is no remedy for love but to love more." So they all honor the notion of fear and the motion toward trust, toward vulnerability, this journey toward love, which is patient and kind, so we've been told. But then, this beautiful rhythm is left in the dust as we're challenged to go faster, think faster, drive faster. I imagine a woman sprinting into her neighborhood Zen center and announcing, "I'd like to do yoga, but I'm so busy. Do you have an express yoga class for overachievers?" So, where does this leave our poor antiquated brains and even slower hearts? Bless the innumerable love poems that go on and on and on, just pondering a flower petal, or the curve of a shoulder, or the moon's majesty shining on. I mean, really, who's got time for that? My friends, the good work of love is to make space, make time, make love, to inhabit that sacred space with curiosity and joy. To allow yourself to love and be loved is the most transformative thing you can do. It needn't even be a lover in the romantic, erotic, remember that sense? The Sufi poet Rumi talks about his beloved as if heading for some kind of steamy tryst, but it's the whole world that shows up at the appointed time and place. About 2 days after my mom died, I was driving alone in the car, and I suddenly had this line of song, one line with some words and a melody, and I felt very strongly that she had sent it to me. She was always such a supporter of my music, but I didn't know it was one line. I didn't know what to do with it. Was it the first line of a song? Was it a poem? Yeah, I was kind of, it was there. It was like already in me. And I went to a concert I had that night, and it was a great singing crowd, as are you. And in the dressing room, I realized it's a round. That's why it's just one line. And so I got that group to help me try it out that night. And I hear that you already are familiar with rounds, so this is good. So I'm gonna teach you the melody, and then we're gonna divide into 3 parts for it. Her name was Jane, so I call it Jane's Around. Goes like this. We're born, we live, we die, we're gone, but love goes on and on. We're born, we live, we die, we're gone, but love goes on and on. Again. We're born, we live, we die, we're Fabulous. So for the round, we're just going to go group 1, group 2, and group 3 over here. And the round comes in at we're born, we live, we're born, we live, we're born, we live. So we'll sing it twice together and then do the round. And we'll just sing it a few times. And when it's time, we'll conclude for sure with love. Okay, together. We're born, we live, we die, we're gone, but love goes on and on. We're born, we live, we die, we're gone, but love goes on and on. We're born, we live, we're born, we live, we're born, we live, we die, we're gone, we're born, we live, we're born, we live, but gone, we live, we die, we're gone. Love goes on, and love goes on, and love goes on, and on, and on, and on. Thank you. My mother thanks you. And it's by its very nature that this gigantic love can't be hoarded. It can be withheld to cruel ends and sometimes with deadly consequences. But turned loose and set free, generosity abounds, and the world rejoices. Have you ever heard of the word meliorism? Familiar with it? I ran into it last year, and being a word person, I sort of glommed onto it. It's a word that basically means a belief that we can contribute to society and change the world through acts of compassion, kindness, creativity, and love. So that's not the path everyone chooses, right? We're a complicated, deeply flawed species, and I think every day about the acts of heinous greed and cruelty that are occurring, but at the same time are these incredible acts of kindness and generosity and love that unfortunately don't make it into the 6 o'clock news or any news for that matter, unless you carry it from neighbor to neighbor. I have a friend who once she came up, she wanted to, headlines she wanted to see in the big newspapers, headlines like, poet has 12 peak experiences before life and lives, things like that. The things that really make our lives rich and meaningful. So I wrote a song. I think the line that really got me was I heard the tail end of an interview with Deval Patrick on the radio, who was talking about when he was governor being in the grocery store and one person coming up to him in the aisle and yelling at him, "Governor Patrick, I can't believe you did that. I just hate you. I hope you don't ever make it into office again," and just berating him. And he goes into the next aisle, and a person comes up to him and says, "Governor Patrick, thank you so much for passing that bill. It's helped my family and my neighborhood so much." And he said, "When did we become a country that shouts our anger and whispers our kindness?" So that's where this song came from, because it's the everyday gestures that make the difference. Oh, yeah. The world is shattered by greed. The undeserving are left in need. Children for sale, whole countries bleed. The land is abused with poison seed. Yet human kindness flows unchecked. It makes space for children to feel respect. It sends brave souls into the heart of neglect, where they rebuild places and lives once wrecked. Ooh, the doctor in the village, the children outside. It's the everyday gestures that turn the tide. The everyday gestures that turn the tide. Sing it with me. It's the everyday gestures that turn the tide. The everyday gestures that turn the tide. Oh, 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 yeah.
hard to make, too little work, and thieves on the take. Your children hungry, so much at stake. It's enough to make anyone's spirit break. Yet love survives in the bleakest place. Oh, it shines bright out from your lover's face, from the friends who hold you in sacred space, from each generous act of healing grace. Just a tender touch in a wakeful night. It's the everyday gestures that make it all right. The everyday gestures that make it all right. It's the everyday gestures that make it all right. The everyday gestures that make it all right. Oh. Our planet shudders with pain from endless wars for private gain. Yet peace descends like timely rain, where love compels us to try once again. Sometimes it's just a dance in the street, or a meal on the doorstep when you come home beat. It's wherever we conquer the mean with the sweet, where compassion enters so that troubles retreat. Ooh, the fierce loving kindness, the hand unfurled. It's the everyday gestures that change the world. The everyday gestures that change the world. It's the everyday gestures that change the world. The everyday gestures that change the world. It's the everyday gestures that change the world. The everyday gestures that change the world.
So, how do we hang on to that generous, hopeful energy in this chaotic, disruptive, dispiriting time, roiling with fear and anxiety? We love. We just love. We live in love. We work in love. We resist with love. Nick Cave says, love enacts a kind of vigilant perception, whether to a partner, a child, co-worker, neighbor, fellow citizen, or any other person one may encounter in this life. I would add creatures, well, all the sentient planetary inhabitants. I'd add my contribution to that. Love says softly, I see you, I recognize you. I love that Zulu word, Ubuntu, that acknowledges Ubuntu. I am because you are. And there's a quote I came across recently from Sarah Durham Wilson. It's like medicine to me right now. It's like a mantra. She said, the way to alchemize a soulless world into a sacred world is by treating everyone as if they are sacred until the sacred in them remembers. I got to go to South Africa several years ago, and I got to spend some time in a small village where the Keiskamma River empties into the Indian Ocean, and it was a beautiful experience. It was a small village just full of poverty and full of illness, ravaged by AIDS, and these people sang from the time they got up in the morning until you went to sleep at night. There was somebody up and down the river singing, single person, groups of people. It was a total singing culture. I thought I'd died and gone to heaven. It was so wonderful, and it struck me that here were these people who had every right to be sour and bitter, and yet they were singing all the time. There was such, I began to understand how singing raises energy. It opens the heart. I love the word, when choirs, I grew up singing in choirs, so the choir was rehearsing when I got here this morning, and it was, I love that. And the idea that the word conspire means to breathe together. So when we sing together, we are a conspiracy of joy. And so I'm going to wind up my little segment here with a song that I wrote right after I got back from South Africa, because it's clearly a song that can't be sung alone. And I just have to teach you a little bit, but you're very fast. I'm going to move this over here so I can see you all. So what happens is I sing a line in the verse. I sing da 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 da, and you sing under a promising sky, and then I sing da 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 da, and you sing under a promising sky, and then I sing promising sky, and you sing we're walking under, and I sing promising sky, lightning and thunder, that's yours, promising sky, here comes the sunshine, promising sky, it's yours and it's mine. So it's always the same notes, but just different words. We're walking under, lightning and thunder, here comes the sunshine, it's yours and it's mine. Here we go. Rehearsal concluded. Every step we take is on sacred ground here, under a promising sky. Yes, someone or something lived and died all around here, under a promising, it's a promising sky. We're walking under promising sky, lightning and thunder, promising sky. Here comes the sun, promising sky. It's yours and it's. So we breathe in the past and breathe in tomorrow. Oh, today's just a moment's taste of joy and of sorrow. It's a promising sky, promising sky. Oh, promising sky. Here comes the sun, promising sky. Voices of the ancestors call us home. Oh, but the cries of the children won't leave us alone. Under a promising, it's a promising sky. Promising sky. Promising sky. Yeah, promising sky. So we're caught between the earth and the heavens above. Oh, the best we can do is fill the space with love. Ooh, it's a promising sky. Yeah, promising sky. Promising sky. Yeah, promising sky. You are an angel when you open your heart. Oh, you don't need wings to make a brand new start. Ooh, it's a promising sky. Promising sky. Promising sky. Promising sky. It's a promising sky, promising sky, promising sky, promising sky. It's yours and it's mine. Thank you.
And I invite you to remain seated as we sing our meditation hymn, number 83, Winds Be Still. is possible. Each week, we join together in a practice of building a better world in community. We collect an offering and we split it with an outside organization to help us remember that we can't make the world a better place on our own. Half of the money collected in our offering today supports the programs of our congregation. The other half of the money will support Afghan Female Student Outreach's mission of connecting female scholars in Afghanistan with a university education across distance. Please give generously today. You can donate in the basket, by mail, and virtually by text or through our website.
And sing a song that was inspired by John Lewis on the eve of the 50th anniversary of the March from Selma. People who gave some of their lives. And I'm going to sing the chorus for you, so you can sing with me. Still on the bridge, except we're at 60 years now, so I'm going to change the number. 60 years gone by, still on the bridge, looking hate in the eye. We can't cross the bridge until we turn them around. It's the chorus for next time. It started out peaceful just like they planned. 600 people walking hand in hand. 2 by 2 they made their way into that bloody fray. We're still on the bridge, 60 years gone by. Still on the bridge, looking hate in the eye. We can't cross the bridge until we turn them around. Silent marchers, Montgomery bound. The right to vote, their common ground. Selma behind, what lay ahead would leave 3 people dead. Oh, we're still on the bridge, 60 years gone by. Still on the bridge, looking hate in the eye. We can't cross the bridge till we turn them around. Went on to the Edmund Pettus Bridge in the angry blue sea at the bottom of the ridge. Old Edmund was a Klansman, and here's the shame: the bridge still bears his name. We're still on the bridge, 60 years gone by. Still on the bridge, looking hate in the eye. We can't cross the bridge till we turn them around. Selma to Montgomery, it can't be measured in miles, you see, but in the courage to stand our ground and turn this hate around. Oh, we're still on the bridge, 60 years gone by. Still on the bridge, looking hate in the eye. We can't cross the bridge till we turn them around. Woo! We're still walking, still on the bridge, 60 years gone by. Still on the bridge, looking hate in the eye. We can't cross the bridge until we turn them. No, we can't cross the bridge till we turn them. No, we can't cross the bridge till we turn them around. We can't cross the bridge till we turn them around. Can't cross the bridge. We got to turn them around. Oh, we're gonna turn them around. Oh, oh, oh.
Please join me as we say the words to extinguish our chalice. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. We're about to sing our closing song. You are welcome to stay right where you are and be held in the love of this congregation, or you are welcome to rise and move into a circle along the outer aisle. Place your hands over your heart or reach out to someone near you as we sing our closing song.
Adrienne Rich said these words that are really important for us to remember right now. She said, "My heart is moved by all I cannot save. So much has been destroyed. I must cast my lot with those who, age after age, perversely, with no extraordinary power, reconstituted the world."
Go in peace, go in love. Thank you.